Namaste, Vanakkam. I am in USA for the last 3 months. I am giving talks on emotional intelligence at various places. I have done my PhD in emotional intelligence about 10 years before. I used to give talks on various places about the emotional intelligence. I have come to USA and I am giving this thing at the schools and even the police station and in the hospitals. It is doing very well. I thought I can make a small video and put it for the purpose of many people. Okay, first of all, I like to define what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability of a person to identify, understand, and regulate his own emotions. Every person must know what are the emotions he is having. He should identify it. He should understand it. He should label it, that is, name it, name the emotions which he is having, his feelings. And also, he should understand the emotions and feelings of other people with whom he is interacting on day-to-day basis. Other people means maybe his spouse, children, people with whom he is working, even parents and all people. He should know the emotions of other people and their feelings, their thinking, their behaviors. That is what is called the emotional intelligence. And also, he should regulate his emotions in a systematic manner. He is manage his emotions to maintain a deep relations with other people. This is what is called, in short, emotional intelligence. This emotional intelligence had been talked about, well, right from 1960, I can say. But 1990, first time, this was openly talked about John Mayo and Peter Solvay. But in 1995, when it was published by Daniel Goleman in his book about the emotional intelligence, it became very popular. It was accepted by the people. It was accepted by the society. Everybody come to know the importance of emotional intelligence. They come to know, and maybe various studies have very clearly stated. I have seen many research outputs in some of the universities here and in India also. It says very clearly, emotional intelligence is very important for the success, personal success, and also professional success of a person. The studies are telling about 20% of the success is coming from IQ, but 80% of success is coming from EQ. Now the question comes, what is IQ? What is EQ? IQ is a measuring of standardized cognitive skills. The IQ cannot be developed after adolescent, but EQ can be developed at any stage of your life. Even at the age of 1995, a person can develop EQ skills. That is what is called emotional intelligence skill. That is what Dr. Daniel Goleman has written in his book. Now, the Dr. Daniel Goleman has given different components of this emotional intelligence in his book. The number one is self-awareness. Self-awareness means a person should understand his emotions and feelings, his behaviors, his dealings, and all this he should understand very clearly. He should perceive his emotions. He should name the emotions. He should manage the emotions. That is, the self-awareness is talking about that. And also, he should understand the emotions of other people. If he is understanding his own emotions, he is able to perceive his own emotions, he will be able to control his emotions, manage his emotions. His self-confidence will improve. And the very important thing is there must be an accurate assessment of his strengths and weaknesses. This emotional intelligence helps. That is what Dr. Daniel said. Now we come to know the second point. The second point is what is called self-management, self-regulation. Once a person comes to know what are his emotions, what are his feelings, he has to manage his emotions. Emotions are not enemies. Emotions are our energy, but it is to be regulated. It is to be managed. It is like a fan. When the fan is running, there is a regulator. If the fan is not properly regulated, the fan will run fast. Then all the papers on the table will fly. Everything will fly. That is for the life. But if that fan is properly regulated, it is useful. The same is the case with air conditioner. If air conditioner is not properly regulated, the temperature will come down beyond 24 degrees centigrade or even 70 degree Fahrenheit, then you cannot use the air conditioner. You will suffer. But at the same time, without air conditioner, we cannot have a comfortable sitting. The air conditioner is must. But what is the regulation is required? The similar is the case. Emotion, everybody must have, everybody is having, but it is to be properly regulated. Emotions there are hundreds of emotions are there. Anger, anxiety, aggression, there are many, love, affection, fear, depression, frustration. All the emotions are to be properly managed. Then only the relationship with other people can be properly maintained. That is what is called the self-regulation. The next point, the third point he said is self-motivation. Self-motivation is important for every person. It is not the person is working for his salary. It is not a person is working for somebody is forcing him or somebody is threatening him like that. There must be self-achievement orientation. I gave one example which I come across when I was in Mumbai. In Thane, the city was not very clean. Even the road was occupied by so many people. Whereas dirty place were there. I think one person by name Narsimhan came the municipal corporation of the Thane municipal corporation commissioner. What he did it, as soon as he came there, taken the charge, he has taken the decision, that is self-achievement. I will make this city a cleanest city. I will make the Thane a cleanest place. Then that is what is called, you call the self-motivation. Then what he did, after having self-motivated, he has initiated the thing. Second thing is initiation. Initiation is a part of emotional intelligence. Then he decided, he committed it. Okay, I will do that. That is the commitment. Commitment is required. After committed, he was optimistic. Yes, I will do that. Ultimately, he did it. Then the Thane city was well planned, roads were broadened, all the obstacles were removed. That is what the Thane city was developed. Then this is what is called. The next point is what is called the empathy. That is is the fourth one. It is the empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is looking the world from the field of other people. Understanding the emotions and feelings and behaviors and thinking of other people. That is what is called the empathy. Empathy is very important. You are understanding the emotions and feelings of other people. Maybe parents. You have to understand the emotions of the parents. And also the old people sometimes sitting at the door, at the hall, the son may be going to office. At the time, if he looks at his parents' face, he will understand there is emotions. There may be something there, fine. Therefore, he should understand the thinking, emotion. He may, without telling anything, suppose he leaves the house, that fellow, his parents will not like it. He will feel something sad. Then what is happening? He says, Papa, how are you? Amma, how are you? Take a rest. I'll be coming in the evening. That is why he gets the stroking. It is also another theory. They say it is psychological stroking. That is, he understands the emotions of parents, is making a small a stroke that is helping the happiness of the parent. That is the empathy. Now, I gave one example when I was working in Surat city in Gujarat. Again, the Surat city was very dirtiest city at one point of time. There was a plague. Many people died. That time, one Surya Devara Ramachandra Rao had taken the charge of the commissioner of Surat Municipal Corporation. He has taken the decision, I will clean the city. I will make the city the cleanest city as early as possible. Then what he did, he was standing on the road. Even the night up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, people used to work. He made all the people to work. That was the thing he was going on. One day what happened, one fellow fell down. While working, he fell down and he had injuries. He was admitted in the Surat New Civil Hospital near Majuraket. Then he came to next day morning, one of the worker is admitted in the hospital. He went to the hospital early morning. That man was admitted in the general ward. He went there. As soon as he entered the hospital, people brought the chair and welcomed him and all that. He straightway went to the bed, a general ward. He went to the bed and started sitting. There was a chair, separate chair for him, but he sat on the left side of the bed. And he was sitting, he said that worker's leg was even touching his thigh. He was sitting there. Then he asked that fellow, what is the problem? Where is the pain? Are you happy now? Are you all right now? Ultimately, what is the slowly he put his hand on the knees of the person. You are getting the pain here? Don't worry, I am there. I will take care of you. Within few days, you will be all right. He said like that. That is the sympathy. He understands the feeling and emotions of other people. That is what that gentleman did it, the civil servant. That what happened, then after that the civil servant developed others. For like this, the development taking place. Then leveraging of diversities. At various places, various people he meet, many people he meet, even the religious leaders, to cut the compound wall of some church, even some other religious places, and the road was broadened, the road was clean, and he was doing very nicely in that. That is what is called the empathy, developing others, diversity, leveraging diversity, and he was understand the political underground also. What is the political parties are bringing pressure? Some local people were against him because their property is somewhat disturbed. They were asked to remove the occupied places on the road. All this is come across. That is what is called the empathy. Therefore, the empathy is understanding the feeling of other people, the thinking of other people. Empathy is putting ourselves in the place of another person, see the world. Then we understand what is the feeling, what is the trouble. That is what is the another thing of empathy. Then the another important thing is social skills. Without a social skill, it is very difficult to get success in the corporate world, even in the personal world also. The social skill, another thing we can call it a relationship management. Without social skill, it is very difficult to develop deep relations with anybody, even in the family also. Maintaining the relationship, a kind of skill is required. The skill may be a communication skill. The very important is the communication skill. The problem is, we are not teaching the communication skill to the children at the school. The communication means it is not talking. It is binding, emotionally binding communication. Therefore, the communication helps. The communication is not only verbal communication. There are non-verbal communication. Communication, facial communication. The face reacts. The eyes are talking. Fingers are talking. Your tone is very important in communication. Therefore, communication is a very important emotional intelligence skills. And a very important thing is listening. Many people are not listening. They may be hearing. I have seen many people when we are talking, they may be looking some other place and simply they are hearing. But that is not good. You should be listening is different and hearing is different. If a person is listening, there will be face-to-face contact. There is eye contact is required. And you should every now and then his nod is heard. He said yes. Okay, correct. Many people, when one person is talking, other person may be simply listening. There is no hearing. There is no response. This fellow sometimes asks, "Are you listening to me?" He said, "Yes, I am listening. You tell me." But this is not there. There must be proper eye contact, facial reaction. There is a smile. The eyes should smile. That is a very important thing. That is very important in the communication. Then another important thing, influencing the people. A person should be able to influence the people. That is what Mr. Narasimhan was able to do it at Thane in Mumbai, and Mr. Rao was able to, S.R. Rao was able to do it in Surat city. Influencing the people to get the thing work done. Influencing that is the leadership qualities. What is a leader? That is very important. It is the transformational leaders. Then what transformational leaders are doing? They set the goal, they give the vision, they develop the people, empowerment is there. The leader is growing along with the followers. The growth is taking place simultaneously, both sides, leaders and followers. That type of thinking is required, that only emotional, intelligent people only can have it. That is what is called thing. Another important is conflict management. The conflict is taking place any places. Conflict may be internal conflict or intrapersonal conflict. That is what is called, sometimes the conflict may be within our mind only. Sometimes we are not able to decide whether I should do this or I should do that. That is the conflict within. Sometimes the conflict may be with the other person in the family, at the workplace, at the school, at the public place. The conflict should be resolved as early as possible without hurting the people. That is very important. Therefore, win-win situation is very important in conflict resolution. Only emotional, intelligent people can resolve the conflict amicably without hurting anybody at the earliest. That is very important. That is the skill of emotional intelligence. That is the conflict resolution. Another very important thing is change management. Many people are resisting for change. If you make any change, people will not like it. In organization, I have seen when I was working in Mumbai, some changes when I was making in my office, there was restriction. But it was able to, I managed it, influencing the people, I got it done. Therefore, the change management is a very important thing. In organization, every managers, every leaders must know how to make a change. He must be a very good change agent. That is why, because the world is a dynamic world, it is not a static world. The change management is very important and challenging, taking the challenging, remaining a trustworthy person, adapting the situation successfully. These are the skills of emotional intelligence. That is what Dr. Daniel Goleman has given in his book. That is the very important thing. Another important thing is collaboration and cooperation. So many students whose IQ is very high at the school level, at the college level, when they go to the corporate, they are finding difficulty to work with other people. In the college and schools, they were busy with their books, they were busy with their libraries, they were busy with their parents, always reading alone. But when they go to the corporate, they have to work with other people. Their individual goal is not important. Organization goal is important. To achieve the organization goal, they have to collaborate with other people. They have to cooperate with other people. That cooperation is a special skill everyone has to learn, but that is not taking place. The people are struggling. That is very important thing. Another, team building. Team building is very difficult job. Because when they are in the college, when they are school, they are learning alone. They are not able to work with the people. But when they go to the organization, they should learn to work in the team. They should develop the team. They have to build the team successfully. That organizational goals should be achieved. The team building is very important in the emotional intelligence skill. It is very clearly given. Then another thing is emotional binding. There must be emotional binding. That is very important. So, you see, communication is not talking, it is emotional binding. It is emotional binding is very important. Then only the communication will be successful. All these things, again I will tell you, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skill, or relationship management are the 5 important components of emotional intelligence. I already told you, emotional intelligence is a skill of a person to identify, understand, label, and express his emotions, and also understand the emotions of other people and the feelings of other people, and ability to regulate his emotions to match with the emotions and feelings of other people, to maintain a very deep and strong relationship with other people. That is what emotional intelligence and the 5 important components of emotional intelligence. Now, I have seen the emotional intelligence is required for every field of life. Not only for the leaders in the organization, not only for the managers in the organization. IAS officers, the civil servants must have the high level of emotional intelligence because they are dealing with the people. Police department, law maintenance officers, we can call it, police officers must have the emotional intelligence. They are not able to understand the emotions of other people. They should understand the emotions, they should understand the feelings. First of all, they should understand their own emotions and feelings. That is very important. Then again, teachers should have a high level of emotional intelligence. Then only they can develop emotional intelligence skills for the students in the schools. Parents, every parent should know the emotional intelligence skill that should develop, they should teach emotional intelligence skills to their children. The very important thing is the emotional intelligence skill are learnable skills. It can be learned at any time, even at the age of 90 years. IQ it can be learned only up to adolescent age. After that, it cannot develop. It is static. But emotional intelligence can be developed even the age of 90 years. That should be developed. That is why the success depends on the emotional skills of a person, whether it's a personal success or a professional success or a family life. In the family also, when there are many people in the house, if they are not understanding their emotions, if they are not identifying and regulating their own emotions and feelings, and they are not understanding the emotions of other people, lot of misunderstandings, lot of quarrel, lot of conflicts. Ultimately, the people are fighting. Therefore, they are living separately. The relationship is spoiled. Therefore, every member should develop the emotional intelligence. You see, in I have seen in USA, the last 3 months I am here, police department is conducting training program for their police officers. The Irvine police station in Texas state of America, I have seen. I met some of the police people and inspectors. They are telling after the training program which was conducted by Talent Smart, these people have developed like anything. They have maintained a good relations with the community. They are maintaining good relation with everyone. That is why even the culprits, even the people who are in the jail, they are changed. The transformation is taking place. The bad people are converted into good people. These things are required. The police is also required. Very important thing is the doctors are required emotionally. The doctors and nurses should understand their emotions and the emotions of the patient. Very, very important. I have got separate topics. I used to give lectures and workshop for the police department people, for the teachers in the training schools, in the schools, and also for the doctors in the hospitals, and some civil servants in the training college itself, some college students, and everything. I used to do that. I did a lot of training in Mumbai, but after that I could not do that. I was busy with some other activities here. Now, when I'm coming back to India, sometimes the next week I'm coming there. I have already booked some program. I am planning to do that. And after that, in September, I have some engagement in UK. I'm going to London. I may be doing some program there. But what I am telling is, if anybody is interested for having the training program or workshop, I will come there. That is very important. It is for a service. I can come to schools and colleges, and those people who are interested, they can. I give the address like this. You can just note down. I'm doing this. You just note down this address, and they can call me, and I will come and give that. This is only a service kind of approach for me. Thank you very much for listening all these things. We will meet somewhere at different places. Okay, thank you.